What is up, everyone? Oh my god, it's been a while, hasn't it? Whew, I just want to take a moment to say that this is like my moment of respite. Just a moment of peace to rest. Because oh my god, stuff has happened. There's some positive news in there, there's some negative news in there. But man, just undeniably stuff has happened. So first of all, I guess the first new thing to remark upon is check it out, haircut. It feels to me like that moment in anime when there's been like a time skip. Wait, hold on. Let me catch myself there and back this up. It feels to me like a time skip in a good old-fashioned Western TV show. When the main character, like, stuff has happened and just like the main character and the whole cast, they're all like, oh man, we gotta rest or do something else. And then literally the next episode is like cuts to like 15 years later and just so many things have changed, so much has happened, and they're just gonna catch it up. That's how I'm gonna be treating this. Catch up. So, where do I start? First and foremost, I'm recovering from like quite a the meanest influenza virus I've ever suffered in my life, I think. So that's why I have this, so like don't worry about it, it's just to like stave off the coughs. Which, if you don't already know this, ginger in your tea or whatever works wonders for a sore throat, so like ginger, keep that in mind. Alright, so where do I start? I guess I'll go all the way back to when I went to the employment office. My first meeting with my contact person, my handler, I guess. I'll call it a handler. And I guess the gist of that is that I went there. It's dedicated to helping people with creative skills find work in Sweden. And I went in there thinking like, they're gonna give me a ton of leads, like this is gonna be all great. I got a few, many of them vague, which the problem here is that storyboarding, at least in their system, isn't a thing. It's this weird situation where if you don't belong to either animation or like comics and stuff like that, which storyboarding is neither, it's kind of a combination of both in the middle, it basically means things are tough for me. It's just a harder way to get around, which my handler, her name's Taja, shoutouts to her, she was really helpful, gave me like as many leads as she could, and gave me a few even after I left, so shoutouts to her. Yeah, she helped me a bunch, and yeah, it basically means I'm going to have to do this the way I thought I was going to have to do this from the whole beginning, which is a lot of searching, like deep searching, you know, read between the lines and stuff. So that was that. So I went back home. I was like, I guess I'm not that surprised, but whatever. I'm gonna go record a video. That was when I was going to record what I'm recording right now. Guess what? My editing software that I've been using for 3-4 years, the entirety of my university time, then like post that to now, blue screens my computer. All iterations that I have tried with Premiere blue screen my computer, no matter what. I've tried what I feel like is everything, so at this point in time I'm having to use a replacement, which is why this video is not gonna have any of like, you know, dumbass editing jokes and all that stuff, because I have to learn this software now. Potentially it's gonna replace everything I ever make, so who knows? We'll see how that happens. If anyone has any tips, just write them in the comment. That would be mega helpful. So that happened. And then shortly after that, some good news. I basically got like a little a job test for a studio for storyboarding, and that's I basically got to do that, which was really cool. And I don't want to speak too much more on that until I know how that pans out. So I'll keep you guys posted. So I sat down to do that, then got ill. Like this illness I'm talking about right now, I got sick. Like right as I was doing it. It was really bad. So I then realized I could not draw as I was as ill as I was, because I'm talking fevers, I'm talking chills, like random cold sweats, the most disgusting kind. You go to sleep, you wake up in your pool of your own, like, well, sweat. Your pool of your own sweat, obviously. But yeah, and it's just the worst. It's absolutely the worst. I was delirious and everything, and all the while, because at university right now, they had their second America trip, similar to the first one that we went on, so I'm feeling miserable, and I'm looking at all these people post vlogs, pictures, all kinds of cool things that they're doing. I've never felt so salty in my whole life. Like, Jesus Christ, I was salty. But they had a good time, and that's all that matters, so, you know, forget me feeling bitter, covered in my own cold sweat. Well, yeah, so, then, as I was recovering, I wasn't completely well, but I was getting there. I found out that I had booked time a long time prior to go to the social for like a meeting, so that I could determine whether I could, you know, get some extra money, because the well is running dry. Like, the money I had from university, from I had over from university and from paying my deposit where I used to live, like, that's pretty much running dry now. So I gotta dip into this. Your boy's gotta live. Anyway, so I went over there while ill, and in a moment of madness, well, it wouldn't even have been madness, but in a moment of madness, because I had a really bad cough, and I was just really worried of getting anybody else around me infected with what I had, because I would not wish that on my worst enemy. Yeah, moment of madness. I considered walking out with one of these, and what this is it's like, it's a surgical mask. Which, like, you know, surgeons or dentists or whatever have. But also, I bought it in Japan, because in Japan when people are sick, I have to assume it's because, you know, you, well, my friend Alan told me because it's, like, so packed over there, like, it would be really easy for an epidemic, or it would be really easy, like, to infect other people, you know, if you have, like, something contagious. So they wear these, and I considered doing it, but then, like, I thought better of it, and I was like, no, I'm just gonna go. So I did. I went over there, let's see here, 7 minutes. I went over there, did all the stuff I needed to do, turned in all the papers, and it turns out as a prerequisite to get the money that I want and all that stuff, that put me in this job hunting system. Basically, I have to turn up to a place like 2 times a week, and they'll help me look for work and everything, which I'm all for. But the only problem is that, as I found out after going to that place, they don't have too many contacts either in the area where I am looking for work. So that immediately set off some bells, because ever since I got back here to Sweden, I've had like this lingering fear that I'm going to be thrown back into the very system I went to university to escape. That system being a bunch of jobs I have literally zero love for in any way, shape, or form. But I just do because I need to be doing something, that's A, and B, I need to, you know, I need money. And I really don't want that. I've been there briefly, and I could not stand it. I super could not stand it. That was my awakening, that like, I'm creative work, either creative work or just something where probably something where I'm in front of a camera, much like what I'm doing now, because I'm really comfortable doing this. I wouldn't mind getting paid for it. So yeah, there was that. But I know things are different this time. I now have a vision of what I want to do, and I have a set of skills to actually achieve it. So, you know, the onus is on me to be, I don't know, I guess to be proactive and, you know, actually make sure I do all the art stuff, even if I am in a non-creative job. Anyway, so I basically walked back from that feeling really, really bummed out, just sick. And, you know, when you're sick, and a situation that you perceive to be bleak, you're thinking about it. Like, when you're sick, that situation seems like 12 times bleaker than it actually is. So, I remembered on my way back that I'd gotten a little slip just the day prior to the day I got really, really sick, informing me that someone had sent me, like, a package. So I was curious about this, and I was like, yeah, sure, I'll go pick it up. I picked up the package, I got back home, I looked through and I recognized the handwriting. Now I was like, oh my god, my homegirl Aram, she's come through for me, and she really came through for me. I'm so happy I opened it at that moment in time because I went from like really bummed out to really excited and nostalgic in like freaking 2 seconds flat. She sent a bunch of foodstuffs, like this like spicy chicken thing that she would make this really beast chicken. Like, no, look, let me tell you, this stuff is truth, people. This stuff is so truth. She'd make this beast chicken, and like for us when I lived with them back in the UK, and that chicken was so good. We'd eat it while watching various TV shows and everything, and it was great. She also gave me a bag of these like goji berries, which were an essential ingredient in a smoothie she'd make for us as well. So like, God bless that lady. That lady is perfect in every way, shape, and form. So, along with these, she sent like the recipe for how to make the chicken, which I was really grateful for. So I'll make that chicken one of these days. Make it for my mom as well, so she can taste just how great it is. Yeah. So that was pretty much that. And what's gonna happen now is that since I'm no longer like stupidly sick or anything, I'm excuse me. I'm gonna you see what I mean? This stuff is so annoying. Okay. I'm going to continue working on the storyboard test because I was able to get in touch with the guy and be like, listen, I was sick, so it's going to be delayed. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to dedicate today to doing that test, and hopefully that goes well, and I'll let you know if it does or if it doesn't, you know? Well, and tomorrow is another full day. I have to get a bunch of papers and everything just sorted in town, and then deal with all the laundry that accumulated, because when I was sick, my mom was sick as well. In fact, I'm pretty sure I got it from her, which she probably got it at work or something. So during that downtime, we were all incapacitated. The place was a mess. Like, the dishes were growing, the laundry, just everything. So yeah, that's just a bit about that. And here we are to today, which yeah, there's a Nintendo Direct out today, so that's gonna be really exciting. I believe it airs God, you can probably look it up. It airs at 11 or 10 or something like that. But I'm really excited about that because they're going to talk about the games that are coming out for the Nintendo 3DS, and the Wii U. I just really want them to put out an announcement date for the game Fire Emblem IF here in Europe, because it's out literally everywhere else right now, and I'm dying. So that's gonna be that. This video's gone on long enough. That's a 13-minute update for you guys. My only regret is that I couldn't, you know, do a bunch of editing and all that stuff, add some stupid gags, but you know what? It's the best I can give you now. I'm sorry. I'll make it up for you in the next one. Alright, that's gonna be it. StarTails signing out. See ya, people.